Elections, Attorney Ray Sumalibao. Kindly join us on stage. Also, all other members of the Commission on Accounts and all other members of the Parliament, please join us.
Dito po, ready? 1, 2. Peace and love. Ready? 1, 2.
Thank you very much. At this point, we respectfully call on the Chief of Party of Project Participate, Dr. Julio C.T. Handy. Sir, to give us a message.
Good morning, everyone. Magandang umaga po to our beloved chair of the Comelec, Lucia, and members of the Honorable Banc, and members of Parliament of the Bangsamoro Authority, Governor Papua. It is indeed a milestone for everyone, including the Project Participate, which is the political participation for greater political integrity, which is a consortium led by the Ateneo School of Government, together with the LaSalle Institute of Governance and the National Movement for Free Election and Vote Entry. We are indeed honored to have been a part of this momentous occasion in providing technical assistance in the drafting of the implementing rules and regulation of a very, again, milestone legislation. And I've always said that the road to peace can be found, the template for the road to peace can be found in Mindanao, particularly in the ongoing Bangsamoro transition. Because what we are witnessing right now is an experiment in democracy, and it can potentially provide a proof of concept that peace and democracy can be achieved, even in a place that has historically been experiencing conflict. So as a product of a negotiated political settlement, we are witnessing now a blossoming of democracy. And hopefully, this transition and beyond will prove to the rest of the country that indeed institutional reforms can be achieved through peaceful and institutional. So again, on behalf of Project Participate, we are thankful for the confidence of the Bangsamoro Transition Authority. Maraming salamat po. Palakpakan niyo po. And showing our support to the Bangsamoro transition. And for the next 2 years, we have just launched a program that will fully focus and concentrate on the needs of the Bangsamoro. So maraming salamat po sa inyo.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ihaki. We will request the General Election Director of the Comelec BO to join us. Thank you. At this point, we call on members of the Bangsamoro Parliament to give messages. Let's call on Attorney John Anthony Lim.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to Davao City, the nearest neighbor of Bar. On behalf of the island province of Tawi-Tawi, I respectfully relay our gratitude, of course, to the Ateneo School of Government, to the Secretariat, and of course to the Commission of Elections, headed by our esteemed idol, Chairman George Erwin Garcia. Sir, thank you. And Commissioner Marlon Casqueo. Maraming salamat po. Rest assured that Tawi-Tawi is with you in your in pursuit of free, honest, and credible elections. Credible elections that will lead to stability and lasting peace in the entire region and to the nation. So maraming salamat po ulit. And good morning. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And congratulations as well, and thank you to the committee chair headed by my schoolmate, Attorney Laya from San Pedro, the best law school. Hindi pa po tapos, at least in Menjola, Manila. Maraming salamat. Good morning.
Now call on the Deputy Speaker, Attorney Omar Yasser Sisema. Sir.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I also join in expressing our gratefulness to the Ateneo School of Government for this very historic piece of implementing rules and regulations. You have become part of history right now. Thank you for joining us in our journey to establishing our dream of having a credible democracy in the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao. Also, I'd like to thank the Commission on Elections, especially our good friend, chair of the commission in Banc. This is my first time actually. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak right now because after the passage of the Bangsamoro Organic Law, I never had the opportunity to express our gratefulness to Chair George. He was a consultant of one of the sponsors of the Bangsamoro Organic Law. Of course, you know Congressman Sandra Sema. He was one of the consultants at that time. And he is also his participation in the historic Bangsamoro Organic Law probably cannot be quantified right now, except that we are expecting him that he will also help us in putting life to the spirit of the Bangsamoro Organic Law. There are so many things that our dreams have been put in the Bangsamoro Organic Law. We hope that the Commission and Banc will put more premium into the aspirations of the Bangsamoro people than into the interest of the politicians of the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region. We believe that this piece of legislation can influence the democracy in the entire Republic of the Philippines. And we hope that in the soonest possible time, everything is now put in place for the first parliamentary elections in 2025 in the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region. Again, to the lawyers of the Commission on Elections, thank you for coming here to to Mindanao and join us in our journey to realize the aspirations of the Bangsamoro Autonomous of the people of the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region. Of course, hindi natin kakaligtaan, kagaya yung sinabi ni MP Jetlin, pasalamatan talaga natin yung staff ng Committee on Rules. Thank you for persevering with us. Medyo naiipit kayo sa mga debates, mga trabaho ng MPs. But rest assured, Allah will reward you, all of us, all of you. You will be rewarded by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Again, maraming salamat po. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker Sama. We welcome the Deputy Speaker, Attorney Liza M. Alamia.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. My courtesies to our Comelec Chair, Attorney George Garcia. This is the first time that I've seen you after a long time. And also our other commissioner, Casquejo, Honorable Marlon S. Casquejo, the Governor of Maguindanao del Norte, Pasami, Governor Mapasami, and of course the Red of Comelec in the Banc, Attorney Reyes Sumalitang. Our colleagues in the Committee on Rules, and of course our mentors from the Ateneo de Manila University School of Governance, Sir Julio Tihanki, our professor at the Masters in National Security Administration at the NDCP. The Bangsamoro Electoral Code is among the priority codes that are required for the BTA to pass before we're going to hold our elections in 2025. The enactment of the Bangsamoro Electoral Code is necessary for honest, credible, just, and free regional elections in 2025. And this will be the first in the history of the Bangsamoro. Since Congress has devolved this power to the Bangsamoro, and not merely the administration to the Banc concerning the local affairs, the drafting of this electoral code has presented an opportunity for all of us to explore the extent of its autonomy, of our autonomy in passing electoral codes. And we had a robust discussion, a bit bloody at that time. Also, in the drafting of the IRR, we'd like to thank Admiral Azon for helping us in drafting the IRR and congratulate the members of the PTA, the rules of the Committee on Rules headed by Attorney Laiha Dumama for the robust discussion yesterday. So I fully support the electoral code because it's a good time to actually innovate cutting-edge provisions that fully embody a local autonomy and parliamentarism and provoke thoughtful discussions on legal provisions concerning regional elections, while conforming to the Constitution, the provisions of the Constitution, but we should at least present strong and compelling arguments which may reshape the future of well-settled jurisprudence by the Supreme Court. And that is something that we have done in the Bangsamoro Transition Authority. So congratulations to everyone, and hopefully tuloy-tuloy na ito. We will continue to persevere and continue our responsibilities and functions that have been required from us by the President of the Philippines. Maraming salamat po sa namalay ko ng
May we call on Deputy Speaker Attorney Nabil Tan to give us a short message.
Hindi na tatawagin. The dignitaries in front and my colleagues in the Bangsamoro Parliament. I'd like to thank first the chairman of the Comelec and Commissioner George Garcia and Commissioner Marlon Casquejo for giving us time for this morning's turnover ceremony. Also, Davao, and of course our forever idol, Governor Kapasami. This is a reunion of sort, and I'm happy that I'm here and in attendance. Marami na po pinagdaanan, sinabi nga ni Omar, for the OPAP as the point person in Congress. And we had several meetings with Comelec, together with Joel Lorena, and all executive agencies in the government. So, hindi ko na po pabayin na dahil kailangan nila ng oras nila dito, may other meetings pa. But thank you to the Committee on Rules headed by Laila Albadumama for persevering in the patience to listen to us, and Ateneo Davao for the research. So thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much, sir. May we call on Deputy Speaker Attorney Paisalan Pitago to give us his message.
Hindi ako makita dito, kaya dito na lang para Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Pero GPT yung tinawag. Ikiklim GPT ka na ba? Ikiklim. Of course, my deepest courtesy for this chair of the Commission on Election, a good friend George Erwin Garcia, the Commissioner Marlon Castillo, also a good friend, the Director for Banc and for blessing this occasion. And of course, ang Busco, the Governor of Maguindanao del Norte. Siya ang pinaka-Busco, pero may pinaka-Busco pa ako, si Chief Minister. Ano naman siya sa Busco? Kakasabi, Abdurrahman Makakoa, for attending this historical occasion. The chair of the Committee on Rules, Attorney Laia Alba, the members of the committee, fellow members of the parliament, the secretariat who assist us in drafting this electoral code, and of course the academy who assist all the way the Bangsamoro Transitional Authority, the Ateneo School of Government, NASA, NAMPREL, and the Protingio for their unequivocal support in drafting the historical electoral code in our country. I say it is historical because this is the first time since the creation of ARM in 1990 that an electoral code was drafted. And it was the first time yung sa Congress hindi sila naka-draft ng electoral code. Hanggang ngayon, ginagamit pa batas pambansa bilang 881. Batas pambansa, meaning it was crafted, made, promulgated during batas ng pambansa, 1980s pa. Hanggang ngayon, walang revision ng electoral code. Ang nauna natin dito sa Bangsamoro Transitional Authority. Kaya palakpakan po natin ang mga sarili natin. Yes, this is the first time. Of course, we crafted this electoral code with the able assistance from the Comelec. Kasi sinasabi nila, pag may nakita silang medyo sumabday sa ating saligang batas, sabi nila, wag natin gawin yan. Kasi sasabla yan sa saligang batas. And true to ourselves, we are law-abiding citizens, we do that. And we thank the Comelec for the assistance that has been given to the Bangsamoro Transition Authority, because this electoral code, not only that it is history, because was given to us by law as part of the priority codes that the Bangsamoro Transition Authority, on its first assumption, should enact this Bangsamoro Electoral Code. This Bangsamoro Electoral Code also ay ginawa ito dahil dapat naayon sa kultura ng mga nakatira sa Bangsamoro area. Naayon sa political history at naayon din sa nangyayari dito sa Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao, dahil sa atin po ang eleksyon minsan in the country, ito si Chairman, alam niya ito because he's a practitioner before, palaging may postponement ng eleksyon. Nahuhuli sa nakulintahan, especially in the senatorial level. So again, I thank our guests, the Comelec, the Ateneo School of Government, and the LaSalle, the Codinji, and the Nampren, and to all members of the Committee on Rules. Although there was some heated discussion, pero sabi nga nila, sa pagkakasundo rin dumarating. Haba-haba ba ng diskusyon, nagkakasundo rin ang members ng parliament. So yun lang, maraming salamat, magpalain ang Bangsamoro, wabilahi taufik walidaya. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
We welcome our next speaker, the Indigenous Peoples Community, the Member of Parliament, Ramon Piang Sr.
Magandang umaga po sa lahat. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Piyogo po sa inyong lahat, pagbati mula sa ating mga kapatid na IB. Of course, yung chairman ng Comelec Banc na kasama natin ngayon, with George Garcia, and the other member of the Comelec Banc, of course, yung ating na gobernador, no? Governor Abdurrahman Makakwa na kasama natin ngayon. Thank you, Bob, for gracing this occasion. At lahat ng mga kasama natin, of course, the day would not be complete without thanking yung chairman ng ating Committee on Rules, Attorney Elijah Lumama, and lahat yung mga kasama at miyembro ng Committee on Rules. Of course, yung ating mga masipag na mga attorneys, no? Na talagang they were the ones who really bat it out with everyone, no? But kung lang nasabi ni Deputy Speaker Pago, kahit ano pa man ang debate, eventually everyone agreed on so many things na that is part of the document na ibinigay natin ngayong umaga, no? We would like also to thank yung mga kasama natin, yung Ateneo School of Governance, who has been part in drafting yung ating IRR for this electoral code. Maraming salamat for joining us at ang tiwala ng Bangsamoro. That's one thing na gusto naming maramdaman na kami sa Bangsamoro Parliament ay may tinitiwalaan ng ating mga kasama mula sa national government at yung ating mga partners from schools of governance within the country, ano? Yung ating mga kapatid na IP ay nag-look forward. Thank you to the government of the day, the MILF, ano? Sa inclusivity na kanilang ipinakita na kung saan yung ating mga kapatid na IP, yung provisions para sa kanilang sectoral seats at iba pa ay naging bahagi ng ating electoral code is manifestation na in the Bangsamoro, we are all accepted as members of the Bangsamoro group within this area of the country, ano? So sa ating mga kapatid na IP, every one of them look forward na may nailagay sa ating electoral code will eventually be implemented ang 2025, 28, and the years to come in the electoral practices or electoral exercises within the Bangsamoro. So sa ating lahat, maraming salamat. Thank you for the inclusivity and thank you. At ngayon ay naibigay na natin. Sana yung naibigay natin will be talagang magiging this is the milestone of the parliament, second parliament dito sa ating Bangsamoro. Maraming salamat. Wassalamualaikum.
Thank you very much, sir. At this point, we would like to call on our last speaker from the honorable members of the parliament who will give us a short speech. MP Attorney Randolph Parcasio.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين أما بعد السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Ang ating pong kalangkalan na chairman ng Comelec, Chairman George Garcia, ang ating pong commissioner, walang iba kundi si Commissioner Marlon Casquero, ang ating gobernador sa Maguindanao del Norte, Gobernador Magagua, ang ating pong Regional Director ng Comelec sa Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao, Attorney Davao, ang aking pong kaibigan, kulig sa Concom, ngayon ay tumutulong sa paggawa natin ng implementing rules and regulations of the Bangsamoro Electoral Code. We call him Dr. Jolay Pianki at ang kanyang mga kasamahan. Ang aking pong boss sa MNLF na Vice Chairman ng MNLF, Ustaz Abdul Karim Iswari, sa lahat ng aking mga kaibigan, minamahal. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Magandang umaga po. Salamat po sa inyo na hanggang dito lang ako. We are here because we will be turning over to the chairman our draft implementing rules and regulations. And conversely, may sinasabi kanina na sana merong tiwala kayo sa amin, pero sasabihin ko, kami po ang may tiwala sa inyo. Pinagtulong sa amin sa paggawa ng implementing rules and regulations. This is not the pinnacle, but this is approaching the zenith of the exercise of the right to self-determination of the Bangsamoro people in the core territory of the Bangsamoro homeland. And we hope that what we have drafted, the inputs that we have done yesterday, will be included in the final draft. One of our major concern, Mr. Chairman, ay yung pong time frame ng registration ng regional political parties. And we hope that we will have a reasonable, seasonable time frame of the deadline for the registration of regional parties. Kanina po, sinabi po ng ating floor leader na siya po ay nagpahabain ng kanyang kalumpati kasi po nagmamadali po ng ating chairman. So hanggang dito na lang po ako. Marami po salamat sa inyo.
Thank you very much, everyone. At this point, let us hear the message. Let us welcome the chairman of the Commission on Elections, other than the Honorable George Erwin Garcia.
Maraming salamat po sa inyo lahat. Magandang umaga po. Alam nyo, natutuwa ako dahil halos kalahati po sa inyo kakilala ko kung hindi mo naging kliyente ko. Kanina po ako naglumamaan, sasabihin ko sa mga dating mga kasamahan. Na mga naging kasamahan at naging malapit sa akin ang bawat isa sa inyo na mga nakakakilala po sa akin. And therefore, I can honestly tell you po, alam nyo, maganda yun kasi nauunawaan ko yung sentimiento dito sa bansa. Having lawyered for several years to so many clients, naming from Sulu, Tawi-Tawi, Lanao del Sur, Maguindanao, and even in Cotabato City, even as far as Lanao del Norte, at kahit dito sa may bandang area ng Pilipinas, nasa MCC Mangares natin. So, natutuwa po ako dahil, alam nyo, ito na yung simula ng malaking pagbabago when it comes to the kind of election in the Bangsamoro. Tama po yung nabanggit kanina ng ating Deputy Speaker Tal. 1985, December 5 pa po yung ating omnibus election. Naunahan niyo pa po na mabago, ma-revise, ma-amend ang omnibus election code. Sadya po napakahirap sa part ng Commission on Election, which under the Constitution says that we are there to enforce and administer election laws. You are administering and enforcing election law circa 1985 na ang Kongreso ang tawag pa noon, batasan ng bansa. Napakahirap po nun sapagkat pag tinatanong kami, how do you define vote buying? Isasite mo Section 261A ng Omnibus Election Code na maaaring hindi na-cover yung mga makabagong pamamaraan ng pamimili ng boto. Napakahirap po nun gano'n sapagkat kung magagawa ang Comelec ng mga resolution in the implementation of the Commission on Election Law, then we might be accused of legislating. We might be accused of usurping if ang talagang kinakailangan, yung pangangailangan ng makapagong panahon, kinakailangan din na yung mga patakalan mo, mga resolution batas mo, ay dapat action din sa reality of the time of the whatever law there is presently as far as the conduct of election is concerned. Nakakatuwa ko ito sa pagkakaroon ng election code para sa Bangsamoro ay napakalain 76 pages na draft of omnibus election kung saan naman mabigyan ng pansin. The last time that our Congress was able to pass a law on election was the law that even this system of election 20 years. Kahit na alam naman natin, alam naman dito sa Bangsamoro, yung mismo expenditure requirement, the 3 pesos, 5 pesos, 10 pesos, that's even 25. Hanggang ngayon po, walang nagbabago, walang pagbabago, and therefore, nakakalungkot dahil minsan masisisi ang Comelec bakit kayo inutil, hindi nila implement. Because we cannot do so, we cannot go beyond the mandate of the Commission on Election. Buti na lang naisipan natin na walang premature campaigning sa barangay SK election. Look at the result. Kahit saan kayo pupunta sa buong bansa, nationwide, may nakita pa kayong talbuin, may nakita pa kayong campaign materials, may kaikot-ikot bang mga kandidato, wala. Sapagkat sinunod nila because we promise we will enforce the law at all costs. And you call that the rule of law. Ano kayo kanina habang kinakanta yung hymn ng Bangsamoro? Andun lagi po, alhamdulillah. Alam niyo po, pag tinignan niyo yung alhamdulillah, it means peace. And if you're going to read the Holy Quran, spread in almost all the pages of the Holy Quran, yung word na alhamdulillah. Because our God, Allah, would like to emphasize to each and everyone, even if you are a Muslim or not, that peace must always reign in this world. And so, because peace must always reign, it started here in the Bangsamoro when you crafted, when our Congress and the President, and the former President then, enacted the organic law. That was the giant step in the attainment of peace in this part of the Philippines. Kaya po, yung organic law yan. Yan po yung nag-pave the way for us to attain peace and development in this part of the country. But that may not be enough because even the organic law provides for certain legislations which should be enacted by the parliament. At kasama po dyan ang election code na kinakailangan babrasuhin kahit ng transitory nature ng Bangsamoro government, ng Bangsamoro parliament. Napakalaking nakakatuwa po sapagkat binuraso nyo, ginawa nyo ng paraan. Sabi nyo nga po, heated ng arguments. Alam niyo po, sa isang collegial body na oo na lang ng Because in a collegial body that always says yes, that is not a democracy. That is a dictatorship. And because there was a heated argument, it only means to say that each one of you has a piece to say as far as the drafting of the election code is concerned. The IP sector has a piece to say. Kinakailangan nila yung kanilang grupo, kinakailangan masigurado ang representation. Yung women's group, kinakailangan masigurado at least 40% merong representation. Kinakailangan yung political party, 10,000 members ang meron. Hindi yung nagpapa-accredit sa amin ng political party, 500 miyembro, nationwide pa. Hindi ko ba? Eh kahit si Presidente Marcos, tumakausap ko siya, sabi niya, di ba tama naman talaga may isang political party? Dapat man may 10,000 members. Para lang mapatunayan, na may spread naman siya. So, I cannot agree dun sa mga ginawa ko niyo. Because I always believe that a legislation must always conform to the culture, to the tradition, and to the likes and dislikes of the people that are drafting these particular laws. Ginawa niyo po yung omnibus, yung mismong election code simply because this is what your people needs, and this is what the circumstances and the territory needs. Nakabase po yan sa kung ano ang tradisyon, paniniwala at kultura sa parting ito ng ating bansa. Hindi kayo nag-impose ng buong bansa ang kanyang kagustuhan sa lugar na ito. Yun po yung akin, sapagkat bilang isang nagturo din ng batas, naging dekano, ng isang law school, lagi po yung interpretation of the law should always be that in the case of an election code, always the mandate of the people should prevail. Regardless of our beliefs, it's always the mandate of the people, whether we like it or not, whether the one who won is what we want or not, it's always the mandate that must always prevail, because that is what sovereignty is all about. And I honestly believe that when you passed the election code, it was really purely based on what the people would like and what sovereignty wants. And yung po yung ginawa dito po sa implementing rules and regulation. There is no therefore a corresponding responsibility to implementing rules and regulation. Ang po yung ating ginawa, this is purely a recommendatory document on the part of the Comelec. We now have to start the process to complete IRR as you submitted or a revised edited IRR. It doesn't matter. There should be an IRR because sabi nga po, to give life to the spirit, then we will give life to the spirit so that it will be fully implemented by 2025. We know the urgency because your election code provided that you will be the one to accredit your or to be the one to process the accreditation of political parties. We created there the Bangsamoro Electoral Office. And therefore, immediately po, yung pangangailangan, nakuha po natin lahat ng yan. Huwag po kayong mag-alala. Subalit, wala naman po sa inyong commission election. Meron po ako isang pakiusap. Total naman po, naipasa nyo na ang election code. Nandito na po yung IRR. Konting-konting hinga na lang na andyan, matatapos na. Baka naman po pwede masunod na natin yung 63 barangays. Sapagkat napakahirap po sa part ng regional director na Region 12. Dapat wala naman siyang pakialam dito sa gathering na to. Pero nasa kanya ang pikit. Nasa kanya 63 barangays. And therefore, maganda ko kahapon sa kanilang command conference, number one discussion lagi yung 63 barangays, what are we going to do? Kasi hindi nyo yan mapapasa. Hindi sila mag-i-elect ng governor. You are depriving them of their opportunity to choose for themselves the leader of the province. And handa kayong po kung talagang hindi maipapasa, pakahirap po, parang hindi sila part ng bansa o hindi sila part ng teritoryo. Kahit na geographically wala talaga ng bansa po. So the urgency is there. Kindly please, and this is the authority, magpag-uusap lang po, para naman maging maayos yung preparation natin. Ang hirap mo mag-prepare na hindi natin alam, ano ba yan? Ano ba yung hanggang ba yung ganyan? Kasi kung mag-prepare ka na sa election in the 63 barangays at Manuary, hindi ko kaya na mag-make the election
election doon sa 63 barangays. So, I know that the urgency it is very obvious, but may mga ways yung discipline natin. Napaka-importante po yun. Napaka-importante ay mas sabi nyo sa amin, mag-re-register pa kayo. And sabi ko, without imposing our will, because this is purely the discretion of the party. Pero baka kung mga pwede, kapag tayo ng batas, madali po yung ipasa yun. Magkakagulo lang kayo, mag-heated arguments. Sa implementation po lagi ang detalye ang problema. It's not as easy as lipat mo lang ito, tanggalin mo sa munisipyo yan, lagay mo sa kabilang distrito yan. Hindi po ganun kadali sa Comelec. Because remember, may list of voters po tayo na kinakailangan namin ayusin. Baka magkagulo kayo, kami pa umasisig nyo. Hindi po ba? We have to fix everything before even the middle of next year. Napaka-busy po ng commission, in the commission elections because of the decision of the Supreme Court recently declaring unconstitutional the postponement of the barangay SK elections, although sustaining the election of October 30. We will be conducting 2 elections in 2025. And because of that, isipin niyo po yung trabahong inaharap ng komisyon. May automated election ka na ng Mayo, 5 buwan pagkatapos may PSKE ka na naman sa 2025 election. Eh tapos asikasuhin pa natin yung problema ng 63 barangays. First time na magkakaroon ng election sa Bangsamoro, when it comes to the parliament, eh pagkatapos meron na naman tayo SK elections, barangay elections. Tapos problemahin pa natin yung sa patungkol sa redistricting kung magkakataon man magkakaroon ng ganyan. And always, definitely, there will always be a challenge. Somebody challenge the constitutionality of the election code. Somebody will challenge the constitutionality of our IRR. Somebody will challenge the creation of municipalities in the 63 barangays. And surely, somebody will challenge any redistricting that will be done by the parliament. And that, what is very important is, there must always be, katulad ng binanggit ni MP kanina, inclusiveness. And I honestly believe that if there is always inclusiveness, the Supreme Court will see to it that I will illustrate something when people are consulted, when everybody has a say in the drafting of such a legislation. Dapat maipakita kung ganun. Because when the Supreme Court decides, they always decide based on what's their due process, was this in accordance with the Constitution, was everybody consulted. If all of these things were done by your parliament, there will be no restraining order and there will be no overturning of a piece of legislation that you acted or you enacted. So ako po yung nagpapasalamat sa inyong lahat. Pasensya na sa inyong pagtsatsaga sa pagdadraft ng mga ganitong klaseng panukala sapagkat ito po yung inyong pinaglaban. This is what freedom is all about. This is what peace and development is all about. Nagpapasalamat din po tayo sa ating participate. Natanong po kay Majority Floor Leader. Sabi na sa akin, Chair, we will have to draft the IRR. Dapat ang Comelec yun. Amin naman talaga yun. Ang IRR. Hindi na niya alam. Nilipat ko ang responsibilidad. Sabi ko kay Majority. Because you know the intent. You put the spirit, you draft the IRR. And submit it to the Comelec. And then, here comes now, the Majority Floor Leader, Chair, pwede ba namin i-draft yung participate, sabi ko bago mo sinabi sa akin, kinausap ko na sila. Dr. Jules, tulungan mo naman sila, tulungan na natin ito. We need to pass the IRR. Ganun talaga ito. Hindi ito pagsasabi marunong tayo o marunong ka, hindi po. Always there must be a cooperative effort. Ganyan po tayo lagi dito sa Bangsamoro. Nagtutulungan. Walang government sector or government nominee, wala pong MILF nominee, wala isa lang tayo ng Parliament of the Bangsamoro. That should always be the case. So, nagpapasalamat po tayo at sa mga lawyers po ng Commission, maraming salamat sa inyong pagtsatsaga sa pagtulong at makapagkaroon tayo ng final draft nito. I can promise you, before the end of the year, we will be able to pass the IRR by the Commission election. So that's Attorney John Lorena, hindi na sa amin magpapa-accredit. Hindi na pinupulo. Attorney Lorena, at least, tapres po, pili na ng tama. Yung pati sa sektor, at pati sa mga partido. Muli po, ako ay nagpapasalamat sa inyong lahat. Mabuhay po kayo, mabuhay ang Bangsamoro.
Salamat, mabuhay po kayo.
Chairman George Erwin Garcia. Now for the presentation of token of appreciation, we request our deputy speakers, our deputy speakers, our floor leader, and our deputy floor leaders, the Bangsamoro Transition Authority, to be on stage for the presentation of our token of appreciation.
The chair first. Ay, yung ano, yung...
Governor, Honorable Governor, again, the token of appreciation is presented to the project participant led by the Chief of Party, Dr. Julio Tihanki. Also, project participant Dr. Julio Tihanki.
Sabay-sabay ba?
Tabi na lang po yung Geronimo tayo mag-select. Geronimo. Halika. Ano yan? Oh.
Thank you very much, po.
Wait lang. Hindi pa nakakuha.
Regional Election Director of Comelec Bio, the head of the Bangsamoro Study Group, Attorney Ray Sumalipaw. We also request our Commissioner, Commissioner Marlon Castelo, to join.
Ready po. Tama po. One more po dito po. Ready? 1, 2. Smiley na more. Okay.
Thank you very much. And to formally close today's program, let us call the Deputy Floor Leader of the Bangsamoro Transition Authority, MP Attorney Jose I. Lorena.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My courtesy and respect rests to my good friend, the Chair of the Commission on Election, Chairman George Erwin Garcia. And again, another friend who was with us in Bangkok, Commissioner Casquejo. And I know many of us came to realize that the one who initiated the initial cooperation between us and the Commission on Election
is now governor of Maguindanao del Norte. When he was chairman of the electoral committee of the cabinet committee for electoral reforms. And I was his vice chair, so I have to mention that. So we thank you very much. My respect to our good governor, Kaka Sami Gambal, for he is actually the one who shepherded the initial drafting of the Bangsamoro electoral chairman of the ministerial committee. The regional directors, the two of the Commission on Election, Director regionally called other good friend, and Ben is the director of Region 11, Director Davao. We have worked together in some time ago. The floor leader, who is also the chairman of the rules, which initiated all these efforts, fast track actually, not only the drafting and the passage of the Bangsamoro electoral code, but also now is she shepherding the formulation of the IRR, the hope that we can have an IRR permanently put in place before elections in 2025. To the members of the Commission on Election Working Group who steadfastly committed to help us not only in the crafting of the electoral code, but now in the building up of the IRR. They're all here. Our thanks. Let me again join the other members of the parliament, the speakers, and the other members of the parliament in thanking all of you. To my colleagues in the Committee on Rules and the other members of the parliament who are here, again, we salute, congratulations, and thanks to all of you. To our secretariat and to friends of the Bangsamoro, who is steadfastly committed to support us in all our endeavors. To my good friend, Julio, who actually firm up his IRR and their program participate. I know he has always been with us because he wants to see reform in this country. Let me just state that the people of the Republic of the Philippines is affirmed by the approval of Congress of Republic Act 11054, they intend to have peace and reform in this country. If you will note the preamble of 11054 is stated there. The Filipino people ordained this Republic Act 11054 through Congress. So it is with the affirmation of the Filipino people that we have a new entity. We have a new entity in the Bangsamoro. It is also affirmed in that 11054 that this mechanism of the new entity in the new system of governance in the Bangsamoro is a model for all Filipinos to follow, because it is a way towards peace in this country. That is 11054. Now, I'm happy that the stewardship, the leadership, the commission and election are in good hands, because we have a man who has been exposed to the realities of the ground, not only in terms of law, but also in terms of the culture of the people in this country. Especially, I think, I've been looking Rani of the country, from Sulu, Tawi-Tawi, Maguindanao, Lanagbeso, and he understands the aspirations of the Bangsamoro people for change in the system of governance, in the system of election. So, since I have a limited time, I'd just like to join again everyone in thanking the Commission on Elections, the members of the Committee on Rules, and the other members of the Parliament, the lawyers from the Commission on Elections, our partners ASOC through my good friend Julio as the program participate, the Secretariat, in joining us in this journey for reform, democratic reform, with the view of there being lasting peace in this country. I know our period is short, but let me not close this. I will just close the program, but our journey should continue. Because as already stated by our good chair, there are need for reforms, not only in the bar, but nationally. They have already proposed a legislation to strengthen Commission on Election and to pave the way for a meaningful democratic exercise in 2025 and beyond. So let the cooperation, steadfast cooperation between us
it will program participate, it will the commission will continue so that we can have full reforms in this country as a way for lasting peace. With that, I thank you all and congratulate you all for joining us today. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
That officially ends today's program. Thank you very much for coming.
Boss, nandito kami nagantay sa'yo. Dami kami sa atin. Sergio. Uy, kinabiro man. Pagkasama ka po kagad.